Hey everyone, welcome back to Secure Your Benefits. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for real, reliable updates that help you make the most out of your Social Security. Today, we're talking about something that touches every household across America: inflation, and specifically, how it's impacting Social Security payments in 2025. Now, if you've been to the grocery store, paid rent, or filled up your gas tank lately, you've probably noticed that prices still feel high, even though official inflation numbers are reportedly easing up. For seniors and Social Security beneficiaries, that rising cost of living isn't just a minor inconvenience, it can completely reshape how far those monthly checks go. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's start with the basics. Every year, Social Security payments are adjusted for inflation through something called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. It's meant to help benefits keep pace with the rising cost of everyday goods and services. For 2025, the COLA was announced earlier this year at 2.6%, a noticeable dip from the 3.2% adjustment in 2024 and far lower than the massive 8.7% increase we saw in 2023. Now, on paper, a 2.6% increase might sound okay, especially if you compare it to pre-pandemic levels when COLA adjustments were often below 2%. But here's the thing: inflation doesn't affect everyone equally. For retirees and disabled Americans who rely heavily or entirely on their Social Security income, that 2.6% boost might not even begin to cover how much more they're spending on essentials like food, medicine, and housing. According to the latest figures from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, housing and medical expenses continue to climb at rates higher than the national inflation average. Seniors, in particular, tend to spend a larger portion of their income on these categories. So, while inflation has technically cooled in some sectors like electronics or airfares, those aren't where most retirees are spending their money. For them, inflation still feels very real. Another challenge is that Social Security COLAs are calculated using the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, also known as the CPIW. The problem is that this index doesn't reflect the spending habits of retirees. There's been a long-running debate about whether a different index, like the CPIE, which is tailored more towards older Americans, would give a more accurate measure of the inflation that actually affects Social Security recipients. But despite these concerns, the Social Security Administration is still using CPIW to calculate COLAs. That means when inflation hits seniors harder than it does the general working population, the adjustments to their benefits might fall short of what they truly need. And that's exactly what many beneficiaries are feeling in 2025. On top of that, Medicare premiums have increased again this year. The standard Part B premium jumped to $185.60 per month, up from $174.70 in 2024. For many seniors, this increase eats into their monthly COLA almost entirely. That means while their gross Social Security payment may have gone up slightly, their actual take-home amount, what's left after Medicare premiums, may be practically unchanged, or even lower in some cases. And let's not forget about the ripple effect of inflation on housing. Whether you're renting or paying property taxes, those costs have continued to rise, particularly in states with fast-growing populations like Florida, Texas, and Arizona. Some seniors who were once comfortable are now finding themselves squeezed, and many are dipping into savings just to keep up. Now, here's where this really matters. For over 66 million Americans who receive Social Security, whether it's retirement, disability, or survivor benefits, these payments are often their main source of income. A COLA that doesn't match real-world price increases means less purchasing power, which can lead to tough decisions. Do I pay for medication this month or cover the rising grocery bill? This has sparked renewed calls from advocacy groups and lawmakers for reforms. One of the most discussed proposals is switching to the CPIE for COLA calculations. As I mentioned earlier, others are calling for a baseline minimum benefit that guarantees no senior will fall below the poverty line just because the inflation adjustment wasn't sufficient. So far, no major legislation has passed in 2025 addressing these changes, but discussions are ongoing in Congress. Meanwhile, President Biden has continued to support expanding Social Security benefits and protecting the program from cuts. But with a divided Congress, there hasn't been a clear path forward for comprehensive reform. As we approach the 2026 budget cycle, many advocates are pushing for stronger action to support low-income seniors who are disproportionately affected by inflation. Here at Secure Your Benefits, we're keeping a close eye on these discussions. But while we wait for change, what can you do right now to protect your finances? First, make sure you're getting every benefit you're entitled to. Many seniors don't realize they may qualify for programs like Supplemental Security Income (SSI), the Medicare Savings Program, or the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP). These can help ease the burden of rising costs. You can contact your local Social Security office or visit ssa.gov for more information. Second, if you're nearing retirement but haven't yet claimed your Social Security benefits, it may be worth considering the timing of your claim. Delaying your benefits beyond full retirement age can result in a higher monthly payment, and that higher base amount will continue to rise with future COLAs. Third, budget planning is more important than ever. Keep track of where your money is going each month and look for areas where you can cut back or stretch your dollars further. There are plenty of nonprofit organizations that offer free financial counseling for seniors, and those services can be a lifeline. And don't underestimate the power of community. Many local groups offer food assistance, transportation services, and wellness programs specifically designed for older adults. Staying connected can help reduce expenses and also improve your quality of life. It's important to remember that inflation doesn't just affect your wallet, it can impact your mental health too. Feeling overwhelmed by rising costs, medical bills, and uncertainty about the future is incredibly common, especially when you're on a fixed income. You're not alone in this. Millions of others are navigating the same challenges, and resources are available at Secure Your Benefits. We'll continue providing updates, practical advice, and resources you can trust. We never share fake news or misleading information. Our goal is to keep you informed so you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. Whether it's tracking policy changes, explaining benefit options, or giving you tips to stretch your Social Security check, we're here for you. As we move through the rest of 2025, we'll be watching closely to see whether inflation cools down further or whether Congress finally takes meaningful steps to improve how Social Security responds to the real-life cost of living. Either way, you can count on us to break it all down in plain language. Before we wrap up today's video, I want to leave you with this. If your benefits aren't stretching far enough, don't suffer in silence. Reach out, whether it's a local agency, a family member, or even this channel's comment section. Support is out there. You've worked hard your whole life, and you deserve a retirement that's secure, dignified, and free from constant financial worry. Thanks for watching today's update from Secure Your Benefits. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an important update. We've got more crucial info coming your way soon, and we'll be right here to walk you through it. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay informed.